Good day, my friends. Within the coming Dawntrail expansion for Final Fantasy XIV, we will find ourselves in the midst of a power struggle. The current ruler and founder of Tuliolol, Galul Jaaja, has begun a rite of succession that will see this fledgling country gain its second leader in history. Currently, there are 4 candidates to the throne. Each of them will need to prove themselves within the coming trials if they wish to rise and claim the mantle of Dawnservant. But what kind of people are these potential heirs, and what would their rule look like if they were to claim this role? Gather round, my friends, as today we'll discuss the coming conflict as it stands, as well as what each of these aspiring successors are known for. We'll begin with a brief history lesson on that of the Dawnservant. What is this position, and why is it important? Tuliolol as a nation is likely young, very young. We know this because the current ruler, Galul Jaaja, is also the nation's founder. It's hinted that Tural has been a near constant site of various conflicts and tribal wars for centuries. This would not make them entirely unlike the Zela tribes of the Azim Steppe upon the continent of Othard. Only within the past century that these warring factions were united under one banner, Galul Jaaja's banner, and thus Tuliolol was born, making the current Dawnservant likely 100 years old, perhaps even older. I can't say for certain how old exactly, because the lifespan of blessed siblings are unknown to me, mostly because it's much more common to hear that they died in battle instead of living to old age. Suffice to say, Galul Jaaja is older than most people, and he is finally prepared to hand his new nation down to the next generation. However, this hard-won peace that he has created could easily be undone by the actions of one misguided person. So, what kind of successors does the throne have? We'll be starting with a familiar face. We have the Hrothgar Wuk Lamat. Having been adopted into Tuliolol's ruling family, Wuk Lamat is honored with the ability to participate in the rite of succession. Unlike a traditional monarchy, being blood related to the ruler isn't required to become heir to the throne of Tuliolol. From what we understand, anyone with a grand enough reputation and standing within their society could have been selected as a potential heir. In fact, we've already dealt with someone who tried to do just that. Back during the events of Wanderer's Palace Hard, we defeated blessed siblings in combat. Indeed, he was an aspiring war chief, hoping to become a potential heir just like Wuk Lamat. However, having been adopted in, she simply has an easier time securing the position of successor. A task that she has already taken very seriously, so much so that she has gone out of her way to commission the aid of the Star's most powerful champion, the renowned Warrior of Light. Currently, Wuk Lamat's dream for Tuliolol is simple: maintaining the peace that her adopted father has created for Tural and its people. This is an honest goal, and one that many would likely agree with. The Warrior of Light's help alone grants her a massive advantage given how seasoned and accomplished her champion is. However, will her desire for continued peace be enough? After all, leadership is about much more than good intentions and status quos. During this journey with the Warrior of Light, Wuk Lamat will have to decide what a peaceful future for her people truly looks like, and it must be something that she can seize with her own 2 hands, as the Warrior of Light, while powerful, will not be around forever. However, Wuk Lamat isn't the only person who was adopted into the royal family. She has a brother with an Amakote named Koana. Since Wuk Lamat is the only heir we've been able to really get to meet so far, we know very little about her brother and the other successors, but we know just enough to understand what rule under his philosophy may look like. Koana is described as a very intelligent and educated individual, revered for his brilliant mind and practical approach to most modern problems and scenarios. Like Wuk Lamat, Koana believes in Tuliyollol's future. However, he has a vision for that future. The lives of those living within Tural are what many would call primitive, or at least still within their society's early stages. Koana wants to use the knowledge and technology of other countries to help propel his people into a more modern age. One where rapid advancements in technology and magic will see Tuliyollol flung into the future. With his leadership, their nation would undergo a revolution in innovation. But is that the best choice? There are many benefits that Tural could gain from other nations and their technology. That is without question. However, wouldn't such rapid growth see to a swift and bitter end to many traditions and practices that help make their nation unique? It's hard to say, as we don't know the true extent to which Koana wishes to advance his nation. But we can at least say that he has his people's prosperity in mind. If he were to take the throne, there would be many changes, but there would be many benefits as well. As for his own champion, it may be the case that Koana is the one who petitioned Thancred for aid. After all, if an educated Archon of Old Sharlayan were to help him win the throne, it may very well help to prove his point that superior technology and higher education is Tuliyollol's best chance for a brighter future. Next, we have a Mamul-Ja as the potential heir for Dawnservant. His name is Zoral Ja, and currently he is considered to be the favorite to win the throne. But why is that? Zoral Ja is a very large and strong-looking Mamul-Ja with an odd appearance. The crest on his head and the shape of his eyes suggest he's from the Hubago clan, Mamul-Ja fighters. But the colors of his hide and scales are of the Bunawa clan, Mamul-Ja mages. This may be a simple coincidence or fluke within the parentage, or it could mean something more. What we do know is that Zoral Ja is not only an heir to the throne of Tuliyollol, but the current commander of the Landsguard, a collection of warriors that act as a sort of peacekeeping force for their nation. In fact, his prowess as a fighter is already well known, with many people suggesting that he is just as powerful and skilled as Galul Jaaja himself. This is why Zoral Ja is considered to be the favorite for winning the honor of becoming Dawnservant. He's already proven himself to be a powerful individual who can stand up for what he believes in. He has also been protecting Tural and its people as a commander of the Landsguard for years, earning many people's admiration and respect. With his already developed leadership skills and proven strength, Wuk Lamat and Koana both will need nothing less than their best to contend with someone who's already considered to be by some as the next Dawnservant. Lastly, we have the fourth successor to the throne, the blessed siblings Bakul Jaaja. If you want to know more about how blessed siblings are created, I suggest giving my video on the race of Mamul-Ja a listen. But suffice to say, Bakul Jaaja indeed has two heads, one from the warrior clan and one from the mage clan. Bakul Jaaja is considered to be vainglorious, and the very definition of blessed siblings back before the rule of Galul Jaaja. His existence is one of might makes right, as he sees any creature with one head as smaller and weaker than him. To him, Wuk Lamat, Koana, and Zoral Ja are all inferior to him because of this fact. Under his rule, it's possible that the clans of Tuliyollol would likely revert back to their warmongering days, but instead of fighting each other, they would likely fight other nations. While most civilized people would see this philosophy as ridiculous, you have to understand, proving one's strength is part of their culture. To the Mamolja, your words and feelings will never be enough. Your actions must be able to speak for themselves. In fact, the main reason that bakul jaaja is candidate for Dawnservant is because he emerged victorious in a brutal tournament, proving his skill and talent for all to see. While Tuliolol has indeed prospered under the rule of Galul Jaaja, it would be foolish to assume that nobody wished to return to the old ways, and supporting bakul jaaja would likely guarantee a return to their more violent mentality. So my friends, those are the 4 heirs to the throne of Dawnservant. Now that you know more about the characters that you'll be seeing within Dawntrail, be sure to let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Who among these 4 would you support, and who do you think will win the coming trials? One way or another, we will see what the story for Dawntrail has in store for us, and I for one am curious to see how it ends. But until we see that conclusion, I'll be wandering the lands and taking notes. And in your own travels, remember to stay safe, my friends. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to subscribe to the channel for more content. It's a simple button click for you, but I appreciate it more than you know. And as always, I'd like to thank my patrons currently on screen. Amina Viltaria, Slippers, Nanama, Naraya O'Meara, Potato, Sinalv Bagel, Cizani, and Travanche. If interested, you'll find links to my Discord, Twitter, and more down in the description. But above all else, thank you for your time, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Class dismissed.